Breathing words, where every word comes to life.
It ends with us. Colleen Hoover.
Chapter 35. Breaking the Cycle. Hi everyone. I'm so happy and thrilled to have you here with me for another video. If this is your first time on the channel and you're just joining us, a huge welcome to Breathing Words. This is our cozy space where we dive into the most unforgettable, human, and powerful stories from books, movies, and TV shows. You know that incredible book that really speaks to you and gives you so much to think about, but you just haven't had the time to read it yet? Don't worry, I've got you covered. I'll break down every single detail, every tier, and every lesson so you can fully experience the story with me in a really enjoyable and meaningful way. Guys, I need everyone to take a deep breath with me right now because we've made it to chapter 35. This is the most anticipated, intense, emotional, and liberating chapter, and all of it ends with us. This is where Lily's journey reaches its absolute peak. This is where love, pain, fear, and courage all come together in a hospital room to make the most monumental decision of a lifetime. But before we turn this historic page together, I have a very special favor to ask. If you enjoy what we do here, the care that goes into every script, and our dedication to bringing these stories to life for you, please hit that like button. It's a small gesture that doesn't cost a thing, but it helps Breathing Words grow and reach even more readers and story lovers. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Your support, comments, and presence truly are the heart of this project. Now, just to refresh our memory, in chapter 34, Lily had that mature and necessary conversation with Ryle in the baby's nursery. The room was finally finished, with that beautiful vegetable garden mural painted on the wall, and Lily set clear boundaries. She opened up about her fear of his temper, asked for patience, and they agreed not to talk about divorce or reconciliation until the baby was born, focusing on one monumental thing at a time. Grab your tea, get your tissues ready, settle in with your headphones, because in today's chapter, Lily's water breaks, the baby arrives, and Lily makes the bravest and most painful decision of her life to break a cycle of pain forever. Let's dive in. The final stretch of the pregnancy. Chapter 35 opens with that delicious scent of breakfast floating through the air. Lily wakes up, stretches slowly in bed, and lets a smile form on her lips as she smells warm toast. She knows Ryle is in the kitchen making breakfast, and he knows perfectly well that toast is her favorite food. Lily lies there for a few more minutes, building up the courage to face gravity. She thinks, with her characteristic sense of humor, that it feels like it takes the strength of 3 men just to manage to roll off the mattress. She takes a deep breath, swings her heavy legs over the side of the bed, and pulls herself up with effort. First, she heads to the bathroom to pee. Lily jokes that her life in this final stretch of pregnancy basically boils down to just that. She's only 2 days away from her due date, though the doctor already warned her it could take another week. Her maternity leave started last week, so her daily routine pretty much comes down to 3 things: pee, eat, and watch TV. When Lily walks slowly into the kitchen, she finds Ryle focused at the stove, making scrambled eggs. He hears her footsteps and turns around with a warm smile on his face. "Morning," Ryle says. "No baby yet?" Lily shakes her head, placing her hands on her protruding belly. "No, but I peed 9 times last night," Lily responds, laughing. Ryle lets out a nice laugh. "That's a new record," Ryle jokes. He places the scrambled eggs on a plate, adds slices of crispy bacon, sets the warm toast alongside, and walks over to Lily. He hands her the plate and gives her a sweet kiss on her temple. "I gotta go. I'm late. I'll leave my phone on all day," Ryle says. Lily looks at the nicely prepared plate and feels a wave of genuine gratitude in her chest. "Thank you," Lily says cheerfully. She walks slowly to the living room, sits on the couch, and turns on the TV. Meanwhile, Ryle quickly gathers his surgeon gear around the room, adjusting his coat and grabbing his keys. "I'll stop by at lunch to check on you. I have to work late tonight, but Alyssa said she can bring you dinner," Ryle says. Lily rolls her eyes affectionately. "I'm fine, Ryle. The doctor said to take it easy, not to sit completely still," Lily responds. Ryle starts to open the door to leave, but stops mid-step, as if he's forgotten something essential. He rushes back to the couch, leans over Lily, and presses his lips against her belly. "I'll double your allowance if you decide to get out of there today," Ryle whispers to the baby. Lily reflects on how much Ryle has been talking to the baby. She shares that 2 weeks ago, she finally felt comfortable enough to let him put his hand on her belly to feel the kicks. Ever since that day, Ryle drops by every now and then just to talk to her stomach. He doesn't even talk much to Lily, but she confesses she likes it. She likes seeing his excitement and the spark in his eyes about becoming a dad. Lily grabs the soft blanket Ryle used while sleeping on the couch the night before and wraps herself in it. Ryle has been sleeping out there in the living room for a whole week now, standing by for the moment she goes into labor. Lily confesses she was a bit wary of this arrangement at first, but admits it has helped a lot. The apartment has 3 bedrooms. Lily sleeps in the guest room. The 3rd bedroom was converted into the nursery, and the master suite is open. But for some painful reason, Ryle prefers sleeping on the living room couch. Lily reflects that the memories in the master bedroom cause him just as much torment as they cause her, so neither of them even sets foot in there. The last few weeks have been surprisingly peaceful. Aside from the fact that there is absolutely no romantic physical contact between them, it feels like things have gone back to being light, just like in the beginning. Ryle is still working hard at the hospital, but Lily started going upstairs to have dinner with Alyssa and Marshall's family on his nights off. But they never have dinner alone as husband and wife. Lily deliberately avoids anything that feels like a date. She remains firm in her goal to focus on one important thing at a time. Suddenly, Lily's phone starts ringing in the kitchen. Lily buries her face into the couch cushions and groans. The phone is over on the kitchen counter, about 15 feet away. For a 9-month pregnant woman, 15 feet feels like a marathon. Lily tries to stand up once, but can't. She tries a second time and stays stuck on the couch. She grips the armrest, plants her feet on the floor, and makes a concentrated effort on the 3rd attempt. 3 is the lucky number. When she finally gets to her feet, she hears the sound of liquid hitting the floor and realizes she dropped her glass of water. She groans again, but then stops and swallows hard. She looks down and realizes she wasn't holding a glass of water at all. Holy crap. Her water is literally running down her legs. Her water broke. The phone keeps ringing nonstop on the kitchen counter. Lily walks, or rather, waddles, over there and answers the phone with a shaky voice. Hello. Hey, it's Lucy, the flower shop secretary says on the other end. Quick question. Our order of red roses came in damaged, but the Levenberg funeral is today, and they specifically requested red roses for the casket. Do we have a plan B? Lily tries to stay calm through the shock. Yes, call Broadway Floral. They owe me a favor, Lily instructs her. Okay, thanks, Lucy says. Lily prepares to hang up quickly to call Ryle and let him know the baby is coming, but Lucy speaks up again. Wait, what about the invoices? Do you want me to pay them today or wait? They can wait, it's fine, Lily interrupts. Once again, Lily tries to hang up, but Lucy yells her name and starts firing off another administrative question. Lily takes a deep breath and says with absolute calm, Lucy, I'll call you tomorrow. I think my water just broke. There's total silence on the other end of the line. Lucy freezes for 2 seconds and then screams into the phone. Oh my God, go. Lily hangs up the phone at the exact second she feels her first sharp contraction pain in her belly. She winces, holds onto the counter, and immediately dials Ryle, who answers on the very first ring. You need me? Ryle asks. I do, Lily responds, almost breathless. Oh my God, really? Is it happening? Ryle asks frantically. It is, Lily confirms. Lily, Ryle exclaims, excited and euphoric. The phone goes quiet, and he hangs up to rush out of the hospital. Lily spends the next few minutes gathering what she needs. Her hospital bag was already packed near the door, but since she feels a bit dirty from her water breaking, she decides to take a quick shower to clean up. About 10 minutes after the first contraction, a second sudden and overwhelming wave of pain hits. Lily leans forward inside the shower stall, holds onto the wall, and lets the hot water run down her back. Right at the end of the contraction, she hears the bathroom door burst open with some force. Are you taking a shower? Ryle asks, frantic. Lily, get out of there. Come on. Hand me a towel. Lily asks. Ryle's hand appears around the shower curtain holding the towel. Lily tries to wrap herself up completely before pulling the curtain back. She thinks about how strange and painful it feels to be self-conscious about hiding her own body from her husband. But the towel no longer fits around her 9-month body. It covers her breasts, but splits open in front, forming an upside-down V over her belly. Lily feels another strong contraction as soon as she steps out of the shower. Ryle grabs her hand firmly, helps Lily pull and breathe out in a steady rhythm, and guides her to the bedroom. Lily calmly picks out clean, comfortable clothes to go to the hospital. While she's getting dressed, Lily looks over at Ryle. He's staring at her bare stomach with an intense, focused look. Lily can't quite decipher what that look means. Suddenly, Ryle's eyes meet hers. For a second, Lily doesn't know if he's going to frown with concern or smile. In an emotional way, his face manages to do both at the same time. He lets out a slow breath, lowers his eyes back to her belly, and whispers with a choked voice, "You're beautiful." Lily feels a deep pang in her chest that has nothing to do with the contraction pain. She realizes that this is the first time Ryle is seeing her bare stomach in this final stage. It's the first time he's getting a clear look at his wife's body carrying the fruit of their love. Lily walks over slowly, takes Ryle's hand, and places it over her belly, holding his hand right there. Ryle smiles at her with tear-filled eyes, rubbing his thumb back and forth across her skin. It's a beautiful moment, one of the purest and sweetest moments between them. "Thank you, Lily," Ryle whispers. Lily can tell, by the gentle way he touches her skin and the shine in his eyes, that he isn't just thanking her for that single moment. He's thanking her for every minute, every visit, and every opportunity she gave him to be a part of the pregnancy. Until Lily winces and doubles over in pain. Damn it. And the romantic moment vanishes instantly. Ryle grabs Lily's clothes, carefully helps his wife get dressed, gathers the bags she asks him to carry, and the two walk toward the elevator. Slowly, Lily suffers another strong contraction right in the middle of the hallway. When the car pulls out of the garage toward the maternity ward, Lily looks over at him. "You should call Alyssa," Lily suggests. "I'm driving. I'll call her when we get to the hospital." "And your mom, too," Ryle replies. Lily nods in agreement. She considers reaching for her own phone to call, but decides to focus on breathing, feeling like the baby is getting really impatient and wants to make her debut right there in the car seat. A beautiful baby girl arrives. When they arrive at the hospital, the situation escalates at an impressive speed. The time between contractions drops to less than a minute. As soon as the medical team prepares the room and gets Lily into bed, the doctor does an exam and informs her that she's already 9 centimeters dilated. Just 5 minutes later, the nurses are already guiding Lily to push. Ryle doesn't even have time to pick up his phone to notify the family because everything happens at an overwhelming pace. With every wave of pain and every time she needs to push, Lily squeezes Ryle's hand with all the energy she has in her body. At one point, it crosses Lily's mind how valuable and essential Ryle's hand is for his career as a neurosurgeon, but he doesn't even care. He simply lets her squeeze his hand with as much force as possible, and that is exactly what Lily does. Her head is right there, the doctor says. Just a little more. Lily reflects that it's impossible to describe in words what happens over the next few minutes. It's a whirlwind of intense pain, heavy breathing, anxiety, anticipation, and pure joy. And immense physical pressure, as if her body were on the verge of imploding. Until Ryle's voice echoes through the room, shaky and choked with emotion. "It's a girl. Lily, we have a daughter." Lily opens her eyes slowly. The doctor is holding the newborn up high. Lily can only see the blurry outline of the baby's tiny body because her eyes are completely flooded with tears. When the doctors place the little girl on Lily's chest, that becomes, without a doubt, the best moment of her entire life. Lily immediately touches her daughter's delicate red lips, her rosy cheeks, her tiny fingers. Ryle cuts the umbilical cord with trembling hands. When the nurses take the baby for a few minutes to clean her up and perform routine checks, Lily feels an instant sense of emptiness in her chest, wanting her daughter back in her arms. A few minutes later, the little girl is back in Lily's arms, warm and wrapped in a soft blanket. Lily can do nothing else except stare at that miracle in her arms. Ryle sits on the edge of the bed beside her and gently pulls the blanket down to the baby's chin so they can both get a better look at her face. Together, they count her 10 fingers and 10 toes. The baby tries to open her eyes very slowly, and they both find the scene the sweetest and funniest thing in the world. She lets out a tiny yawn, and Lily and Ryle smile together, falling deeper and deeper in love with that little life. After the last nurse leaves the room and the three of them are finally left alone in the quiet of the room, Ryle asks to hold their daughter. He adjusts the head of the bed so Lily can be more comfortable, and Lily hands the little girl into his arms. Then, Lily rests her head on Ryle's shoulder. Neither of them can take their eyes off the baby even for a second. Ryle turns to Lily and whispers, "Lily, naked truth." "Naked truth," Lily responds, smiling. "She's so much prettier than Alyssa and Marshall's baby," Ryle confesses. Lily lets out a nice laugh and nudges him lightly with her elbow. "I'm kidding," Ryle quickly adds, laughing. But Lily reflects that she understands perfectly what he meant. Their niece Riley is a beautiful baby, but through the eyes of a mother and father, nothing in the world compares to their own child. "What name are we picking?" Ryle asks softly. Lily reflects that they didn't have a typical couple's routine during the pregnancy, so they had never sat down to decide on a name for the baby. Lily looks right into Ryle's eyes and says, "I wanted to name her after your sister, or your brother." Lily shares that she didn't know what his reaction would be. She thought giving their daughter the name of Ryle's late brother would be something incredibly healing for his grieving process, but she didn't know if he would agree. Ryle stares at Lily for a few seconds in shock, as if he never expected to hear such a generous gesture from her. "Emerson," Ryle whispers, his voice thick with emotion. "That's a pretty name for a girl. We could call her Emma. Or Emmy." He lets a huge, proud smile form on his face and looks down at his little daughter in his arms. "Actually, it's perfect," Ryle says. He leans in with all the tenderness in the world and kisses little Emerson's forehead. After a while, Lily pulls back slightly from his shoulder to watch him with their daughter in his lap. She thinks about how beautiful and touching it is to see Ryle interacting with the little girl like that. Lily realizes how much he already loves her, even though she is only a few hours old. She is certain that he would do absolutely anything in the world to protect that child. Except right then, in that exact moment, looking at her husband with their daughter in his arms, Lily finally makes her final decision. The decision about him. The decision about the two of them. About their marriage. About what is best for her family. The request for divorce. Lily reflects that Ryle is an incredible man in so many ways. He is kind, helpful, smart, charismatic, and driven. Lily's father had some of those characteristics too. He wasn't kind to other people, but during many moments spent by Lily's side, she knew he loved her. He was smart, charismatic, and dedicated. Except Lily hated him far more than she loved him. She couldn't see his good qualities because of the dread she felt during his worst moments. Not even 5 years of her father's good side made up for 5 minutes witnessing his abusive side. Lily looks at little Emerson sleeping in her father's arms. Then she looks at Ryle. And right there, she knows with absolute clarity what she needs to do for that child. For the healthy relationship she hopes her daughter will have with her father in the future. Lily reflects that she isn't making this decision for herself, nor for Ryle. She is deciding for her daughter. Ryle, Lily calls. Ryle turns to her with a radiant smile on his face. But his smile vanishes in the very same second as he meets Lily's serious, firm, and emotional gaze. And she says, in a calm and serene yet steady tone, "I want a divorce," Lily says. Ryle blinks twice, paralyzed. Those words hit his chest like a high-voltage shock. He shudders all over, lowers his eyes to his daughter in his arms, and slumps his shoulders forward. "Lily," Ryle says, shaking his head in denial. "Please don't do this." His tone of voice is desperate and pleading. Lily feels a pang of anger and pain, realizing he was harboring the secret hope that she would end up coming back to him after the baby was born. Lily admits to herself that it's partly her fault for postponing that conversation, but she understands she only found her true answer the moment she held her daughter in her arms for the first time. "Just one more chance, Lily. Please," Ryle begs, his voice cracking as tears begin to flow. Lily knows she is hurting him at the worst possible moment. She is shattering his heart on what should be the happiest day of his life. But Lily knows that if she doesn't do this now, she will never be able to convince him that she can't risk getting back together with him. Lily starts to cry in silence, suffering just as much as he is. "Ryle," Lily says with extreme gentleness, "what would you do? If one day this little girl looked you in the eyes and said, 'Daddy, my boyfriend hit me,' what would you tell her, Ryle?" Ryle pulls little Emerson close to his chest and hides his face in the baby blanket. "Stop, Lily," Ryle begs, crying. Lily pulls herself up in the hospital bed. She places a gentle hand on her baby's back and tries to get Ryle to look her in the eyes. "What if she came to you and said, 'Daddy, my husband pushed me down the stairs. He said it was an accident. What should I do?'" Ryle's shoulders begin to shake violently. For the first time since the day Lily met him on that rooftop, Ryle is truly crying. Copious tears stream down his face as he holds his daughter tightly. Lily cries uncontrollably too, but continues speaking for the sake of her daughter. "What if?" Lily's voice cracks. "What if she came to you and said, 'My husband tried to rape me, Daddy. He held me down while I begged him to stop. But he swears it will never happen again. What should I do, Daddy?'" Ryle kisses his daughter's forehead repeatedly, letting his tears fall onto her blanket. "What would you tell her, Ryle? Tell me," Lily asks, heartbroken. "I need to know what you would say to our daughter if the man who loved her with all his heart hurt her." A painful sob bursts from Ryle's chest. He leans toward Lily and wraps her in a desperate embrace. "I'd beg her to leave him," Ryle confesses, sobbing uncontrollably. His lips touch Lily's forehead desperately, and she feels his warm tears mixing with hers on her cheeks. Ryle presses his mouth to Lily's ear and rocks them both against him. "I'd tell her she deserves so much better than that," Ryle whispers, broken. "And I'd beg her not to go back to him, no matter how much she loved him. She deserves so much better." And there, in that hospital bed, the two of them become a blur of tears, broken hearts, and shattered dreams. They embrace each other. They embrace their baby daughter. And as painful as it is, as the hardest choice of their lives, they break the pattern of violence before the pattern breaks them. Ryle gently returns little Emerson to Lily's arms and wipes his eyes. He gets up from the bed still crying, trying to catch his breath. In the last 15 minutes, he became the father of a beautiful baby girl. And in the last 15 minutes, Ryle lost the love of his life. That's what 15 minutes can do to a person's life. 15 minutes can save it. But 15 minutes can also ruin it. Ryle points a trembling hand toward the hallway, signaling that he needs to step outside for a moment to pull himself together. As he walks toward the bedroom door, Lily realizes she has never seen him so sad in her entire life. But deep in her soul, she knows that one day he will thank her for this. He will understand that she made the only right decision for their daughter's future. When the door closes and Lily is left alone with her newborn, she looks down at that angel face. Lily knows she won't be able to give her the perfect life she dreamed of, a traditional home with her parents living together. But Lily refuses to let her daughter have the same childhood she had. She doesn't want her girl to see the worst side of her father, to see him lose his temper, or to grow up hating him. Because Lily knows from personal experience that no matter how many good moments there are, it's only the bad moments that remain seared into a child's memory. Family cycles exist because it is insanely painful to put an end to them. Breaking a pattern of abuse takes a monumental amount of pain and courage. Sometimes, it feels easier to keep spinning in the same painful circles than to face the fear of taking a leap into the dark. Lily's mother went through it. Lily went through it. But Lily swears that over her dead body will she let her daughter go through it. Lily leans over the baby, kisses her daughter's soft forehead, and makes a solemn promise. It stops here, with me and you. It ends with us. Thoughts? Guys, what an absolute masterclass in a mother's love, right? Definitely a talk about the ultimate proof of a mother's courage and bravery. And it's with this scene, so visceral, painful, and liberating, that we close out chapter 35. We really need to pause and analyze everything that happened here very calmly, because Lily's decision has so many complex layers. From the outside, it's impossible not to notice the timing Lily chose. She waited for the moment Ryle was most ecstatic, at the peak of his vulnerability, holding his daughter in his arms for the first time, to deliver the news of the divorce. And she admits that guilt herself. By postponing this conversation throughout her entire pregnancy to have peace, she ended up letting him harbor a secret hope that their marriage could be saved. It hurts so deeply to see Ryle shattered in that room, because he followed every agreement, respected every boundary during the pregnancy, and was living the happiest moment of his life. At the same time, when we look at it from Lily's perspective, we understand that first-time mama bear impulse. The second she placed little Emerson on her chest, something flipped in her mind. It was an instinctive and uncontrollable protective force that made her think, no matter the time, no matter the place, I need to protect this child from everything and everyone. She didn't do it out of malice or cruelty to hurt Ryle. It was a surge of courage sparked by a mother's love. To me, everything Lily did in that hospital comes down to that visceral mama bear instinct, going full protective mode for her baby. You know those impressive stories we hear about mothers who summon superhuman strength out of thin air, managing to lift a heavy car to save their child, or mothers who can't even swim jumping into deep water for their kid. To me, Lily's action is exactly that. It was an unbelievable impulse of protection. She pulled a painful courage from the depths of her soul, facing everything and everyone, driven purely by a mother's love to secure her daughter's future. And the strategy Lily used to make Ryle understand her decision is one of the most brilliant and profound things in all of literature. When she asked him what he would say if little Emerson, in the future, suffered the same abuse Lily suffered, she took Ryle out of the role of the abuser and placed him in the role of a protective father. And right there, Ryle finally understood. He cried and admitted he would beg his daughter to leave, because no woman deserves to be hurt by the person who claims to love her. He understood that, to be a good father to Emerson, he needed to accept losing Lily as his wife. The phrase that gives the book its title, "It Ends With Us," is born precisely from the pain of deciding that the cycle of domestic violence in that family ends right there. Lily's mother endured years out of fear and an inability to leave. Lily experienced that pain firsthand, but had the incredible courage to say, "Not with my daughter." She broke the pattern before the pattern could destroy that child's life. And there's another point that blows our minds and turns this chapter into a true emotional roller coaster. It's that completely bittersweet feeling, a total emotional whiplash that pulls the rug right out from under us. Because on one hand, Lily makes the difficult decision to get a divorce. But just minutes earlier, she makes one of the purest, sweetest, and most generous gestures in the entire story. She suggests naming their daughter Emerson after Ryle's late brother. We know how deeply Ryle carries a painful wound and a devastating guilt in his chest since childhood because of that accidental tragedy with his brother. At first, you might even think Lily was just returning the gesture Alyssa made when she named her baby girl Riley. But the truth goes way beyond that. Lily thought of Ryle with immense empathy and warmth. She wanted to give him an opportunity for healing, a light to help ease a pain that death left behind forever. And even though Emerson is a name we usually see more for boys, for that little girl it became something poetic, with the affectionate nicknames Emma or Emmy. This shows that Lily isn't a cold person or a villain wanting to trample on her husband's feelings. She loved Ryle, recognized his pain, and wanted the best for him. Yet, at the same time, she needed to protect her daughter. And seeing such an immense gesture of affection followed immediately by a request for divorce puts us on a breathtaking emotional roller coaster. It's also worth highlighting something very important for all of us here on the channel. Chapter 35 is the official conclusion of the main story. This is where the cycle is broken and where Lily's journey reaches its definitive climax. But our journey together isn't completely over yet. In our next video, we'll check out the epilogue. The epilogue comes as the icing on the cake, a golden touch to see how Lily's life, little Emerson's, and even Atlas's settled into place after this whole healing process. Now, everyone, I really want to hear your thoughts down in the comments. What did you think of Lily's action in the hospital? Do you think she acted on her mama bear instinct, or should she have waited for another moment to bring up the divorce with Ryle wait by the bank? Please share this video with someone who likes a good story. Leave your thoughts and reflections about this unforgettable chapter in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button, okay? And make sure you're subscribed to the channel Breathing Words. Share this video with someone who loves a good story. Your presence here really means a lot to me. I'll see you in the next video for the epilogue, to wrap up the story on a high note and celebrate the victory of life and self-love. See you in the next video. Take care, everyone. I'll be back real soon.
It Ends With Us, a best-selling book by Colleen Hoover, so loved that it already has its own movie.
The story continues.
I'll be back soon. Make sure to like this video and leave me a comment, because I want to know your thoughts too. Share this video with someone you know who loves a good story. Make sure to subscribe too, because the next chapters are getting way more intense and more impossible to stop listening to. I'm sure you don't want to miss anything. Thank you so much for being here. Breathing Words, where every word comes to life. Your place to hear stories with voice and heart.